Our planet is a tapestry of breathtaking landscapes, a vibrant mosaic of life in all its myriad forms. We as a species are driven by an insatiable curiosity to explore its farthest corners, to stand in awe of its wonders. Yet, not every place on Earth extends a welcoming hand. There are corners of our world where the very elements that create such profound beauty also conspire to create the most lethal of traps. These are not places of malice, but of raw, untamed power, where the laws of nature are absolute and unforgiving to those who do not understand them. Here, a kaleidoscope of colors might signal water hot enough to dissolve flesh, and a tranquil forest may conceal predators of unmatched stealth and power. The serene blue of a deep ocean sinkhole can lure one into a disorienting, inescapable abyss. It is in these places that we are reminded of our own fragility, of our place within a system far greater and more powerful than ourselves. The line between wonder and peril is often impossibly thin, a delicate balance that demands the utmost respect. Today, we will journey to some of these extraordinary yet treacherous locations. We will witness beauty that can kill and explore environments that test the very limits of survival. But, stay with me, for at the end of our expedition, I will reveal what might be considered the most dangerous and perhaps most mysterious place of all. A location not defined by tooth or claw, but by a force far more subtle and pervasive. Let's begin our journey to the first destination, a hot spring where when night falls, the very rules of life seem to change. Our first destination lies in the heart of Yellowstone National Park in the United States. Here we find the Grand Prismatic Spring, the largest hot spring in the country. From above, it is a spectacle of impossible color, a vibrant eye staring up at the sky. Bands of brilliant orange, yellow, and green encircle a deep, azure blue center. This extraordinary palette is not the work of minerals, but of life itself. Microscopic bacteria that thrive in a delicate dance with the water's searing temperature gradients. It is a masterpiece of natural art, a living painting. But this beauty is a facade, a beguiling warning. The water at the center of the spring reaches temperatures well above boiling point, superheated by the volcanic caldera that slumbers beneath Yellowstone. The steam that billows from its surface carries with it the scent of sulfur, a reminder of the immense geothermal power just below the thin crust. To step off the designated boardwalks is to invite a horrific fate. The ground here is fragile, often just a thin brittle layer over scalding mud and water, a trap for the unwary. There are tragic stories of those who have succumbed to this vibrant cauldron, individuals who, having accidentally fallen in, were dissolved in the acidic boiling waters in a matter of minutes, leaving behind almost no trace. It is a stark and brutal illustration of the spring's true nature. It is not a pool for bathing or a canvas for admiration up close, but a raw geological force, a window into the planet's molten heart, demanding distance and, profound respect for the power it conceals. We travel now to the vast delta where the Ganges, Brahmaputra, and Magna rivers meet the Bay of Bengal. This is the Sundarbans, the world's largest mangrove forest, a sprawling waterlogged labyrinth that straddles the border of India and Bangladesh. The name itself means beautiful forest, and it is indeed a place of immense tangled beauty. The dense network of tidal waterways, mud flats, and small islands teems with a staggering diversity of life, a vital ecosystem that acts as a natural barrier against cyclones and tsunamis. Yet for the people who call this forest home, beauty and danger are honestly intertwined in their daily existence. This is the domain of the Royal Bengal tiger, and here these magnificent predators have a notorious reputation. Unlike anywhere else on Earth, the tigers of the Thunderbands are known to actively hunt humans. Honey collectors and fishermen who venture deep into the mangroves must do so with constant vigilance, often wearing masks on the backs of their heads in an attempt to confuse the stalking cats, which prefer to attack from behind. But the tigers are not the only threat lurking in the murky waters and dense undergrowth. The rivers are home to these enormous saltwater crocodiles, powerful ambush predators that can, snatch a person from a boat with terrifying speed. Venomous snakes, including the king cobra, inhabit the forest floor, while swarms of insects carry diseases. For the inhabitants of the Sundarbans, survival is a delicate negotiation with a forest that both provides for them and, honestly, poses a constant mortal threat with every tide and every rustle in the leaves. Off the coast of Blaze lies a feature that looks like a great dark pupil in the turquoise eye of the Caribbean Sea. This is the Great Blue Hole, a colossal marine sinkhole, perfectly circular and plunging to a depth of over 124 meters. From the air, it is a geological marvel, a breathtaking anomaly. For divers, it represents one of the ultimate challenges, a descent into the planet's ancient past. The hole was once a dry limestone cave system during the last ice age, which flooded as the seas rose. As one descends, the vibrant life of the surrounding reef gives way to an eerie, silent world. The water becomes still, the light fades, and the walls of the chasm close in. At around 30 meters, the true structure, finally reveals itself. Massive stalactites, some up to 12 meters long, hang from the ceilings of these ancient caverns, frozen stone icicles from a time when this place was filled with air, not water. It's, a hauntingly beautiful, subterranean cathedral, submerged in the deep blue. But, honestly, this descent is fraught with peril. The sheer depth brings the risk of nitrogen narcosis, a disorienting condition that can seriously impair judgment and has been likened to a form of intoxication, a deadly state to be in, especially so far from the surface. The currents can be unpredictable and, well, the darkness is absolute. There are stories of divers becoming lost within the complex cave formations, their lights failing, their sense of direction just gone. The Great Blue Hole is a place that does not just test a diver's skill, but really, their nerve. For in its silent dark depths, it's pretty easy to feel that you are not just observing the abyss, but that the abyss is, in fact, observing you. Our journey takes us to the heart of Africa, to the Virunga Mountains in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here stands Mount Nyiragongo, a volcano with a fearsome reputation. It's not its height that makes it so dangerous, but what lies within its crater, the world's largest and most active lava lake. For decades, this seething cauldron of molten rock over a kilometer wide has bubbled and churned, a permanent incandescent wound on the Earth's surface. At night, its ferocious glow paints the clouds above a demonic red, a beacon visible for miles. The lava here is uniquely hazardous. It's exceptionally fluid with a low silica content, allowing it to flow with the speed of rushing water. When a gongo erupts nearby, it doesn't produce those slow, ponderous rivers of lava, but instead, devastatingly fast torrances that can travel at up to 100 kilometers an hour. The volcano's steep sides offer little to impede these flows, which can reach the city of GMA at its base with, honestly, terrifying speed, leaving little time for evacuation. The people of GMA live under a constant simmering threat. The 2002 eruption sent a river of lava carving directly through the city, destroying thousands of homes and forcing hundreds of thousands to flee. Fissures can open in the ground with little warning, venting deadly carbon dioxide gas that is invisible and heavier than air, suffocating all life in its path. Nyiragongo is not a distant theoretical danger. It's an ever-present force of destruction, a beautiful, mesmerizing but ultimately unpredictable monster. We now travel to the roof of the world, to the Tibetan side of the Himalayas. Here on the northern face of Mount Everest lies the Rangbuk Glacier. It is a colossal river of ice, flowing slowly from the high peaks, carving the very landscape around it. In the stark high-altitude sunlight, it is a vision of sublime crystalline beauty, a frozen silent world of brilliant whites and deep blues. The air is thin, the silence profound, broken only by the crack of shifting ice or the howl of the wind. This serene beauty, however, conceals a landscape of extreme and relentless danger for the mountaineers who dare to traverse it. The glacier is a minefield of bottomless crevasses, deep fissures in the ice that can be hidden by a thin, fragile blanket of fresh snow. A single misplaced step can send a climber plunging into a dark, icy tomb from which there is no escape. The constant movement of the glacier also creates towering ice seracs, precarious pillars of ice that can collapse without warning, unleashing avalanches of unimaginable force. Furthermore, the weather here is notoriously fickle and brutal. The temperature can plummet to life-threatening levels in an instant, and sudden violent blizzards can engulf the landscape, reducing visibility to zero and trapping climbers in a disorienting whiteout. Frostbite and hypothermia are constant companions. The Rongbuk Glacier is a place that tests not only physical endurance, but mental fortitude, a landscape where the ice itself is both the path and the peril, and where the mountain is utterly indifferent to human survival. We descend from the frozen heights to one of the lowest and hottest places on the planet, the Danakil Depression in Ethiopia. This is a landscape that seems to belong to another world, a geological wonderland that feels primeval and profoundly alien. Here, three tectonic plates are tearing themselves apart, creating a volatile region of volcanoes, salt flats, and bubbling geothermal fields. The ground is a psychedelic tapestry of lurid yellows, greens, and oranges formed by sulfur and other mineral deposits. It is one of the most inhospitable environments on Earth. Daytime temperatures regularly soar above 50 degrees Celsius, making it a true crucible. The air is thick with the